Hi there. So today's conversation is about mindset. So, what is mindset? So, looking at the definition of it, it's repeated thoughts that are literally formed through neural pathways in our brain, and it making connections between neurons, which then become a default thinking pattern. And so, good, bad, or indifferent, we create our reality with our thoughts. And so sometimes we are unconscious of the thoughts that run in our head. That little voice inside that says you're not good enough, smart enough, or I can't believe you did that, you screwed up, whatever it might be. And so we ask ourselves, why am I getting more of that? And so that could be why. And so we have a very famous quote from Albert Einstein that says, we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. So what can we do to change our thinking? So I'm actually in the process of preparing for a masterclass tomorrow about mindset. And so I'm going to give you a little experiment on reframing. That is a tool that can be used to change or to shift your thinking patterns. And so and when I'm working with my clients, these are tools I use, and I've used them myself too. As you know, as you heard me say, I'm my best client. So here's the steps. So what I'm going to ask you to do first is to write down a challenge, something, or maybe it's a message in your head. And I'm going to use as an example, this actually comes from my masterclass, the message that when I get feedback or criticism, it's personal. It's about me. And so it could be that your situation is completely different. I'm using this as an example. That's actually what someone might think if they have a fixed mindset or victim mindset. And so the next step is to really kind of jot down what actually happened. Maybe you have a scenario in your mind of something that happened to you. Maybe it's just a life's little trauma that somebody gave you feedback or criticism, and it shrunk you. It held you down, and it stopped you from growing. And so as you're looking at that, then the third step is ask yourself if you want to reframe it. Because there's some people that like to stay in their misery. You might want to do that. But if you want to shift it, I've got some tools here for you too. So the next step is to actually kind of rise above the situation and look at it as an observer. Kind of look at the situation. You know, this person gave me feedback and they said I needed to change this and I needed to change that. And as an observer, without getting caught up in it, as a personal attack on you, it could be, well, maybe the truth is they were just trying to give me an idea. Maybe they were helping me grow. Maybe they weren't being mean or vindictive. They were just wanted to give me that feedback. Maybe that was their truth. And maybe they wanted me to grow. And so when you rise above it, you can kind of see it from a different angle. And so then you can reframe those thoughts to then have the thoughts that come in your head to say, oh, okay, so I'm learning, I'm growing. This feedback that came to me was really to help me. It's really a blessing. It's not a crisis, it is a blessing. I'm going to take this feedback and I'm going to make some changes and I'm going to experiment with it. So then those are the thoughts that you've got in your head. And then what you can do, the last step, is to create an affirmation out of that. I love affirmations. I've been using them for years when I saw the power of them. And so that affirmation for this situation might be, I'm a student of life and I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm evolving. I will constantly receive feedback, not take it personal, and then make the changes necessary. And then take that affirmation and continually tell yourself. You could shorten it up to, I'm a student in life and I'm learning. I'm always learning. Everything in life is for learning. So whatever works for you, but then repeat that affirmation to yourself. I had a coach that I work with that had me read my affirmations in the morning and in the evening, because at first I didn't believe them. But then after a while, they really started penetrating and moving into my neural pathways, and I began to believe them, and then I lived them. So give that an experiment. Just practice and see if this helps you out, or maybe you've got a family member that might need a little help with reframing as well. So that's today's message. I hope it's helpful. So I will see you on my next video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.